Hey, welcome everyone and welcome to the third part of this whole Scrum video series. In this part we'll be discussing about a lot of things like earlier parts and little bit of a recap. We discussed about Scrum basic terminologies. What is a Scrum? It's a framework. What is a sprint? It's a chunk of a work by implementing Scrum for achieving a goal. Then we discussed about values, we discussed about artifacts, we discussed about what is a product backlog, the team, how the Scrum whole framework works, etc. etc. In this part, we'll be discussing about daily sprints. Before that, hello everyone, this is Soumyajit and this is my LinkedIn profile. And I make many kind of YouTube videos and then I share the knowledge with the people, and then that is how I enjoy learning as well as growing. The advantage of Scrum is that from a developer, I intend to grow myself into a product owner and then leading and then advising, sharing my knowledge, helping the young people to grow and then try to manage their own projects accordingly. A Scrum framework has a set of guidelines where you can follow it and execute the project. It makes clear whose roles and responsibilities are what. There is a kind of a gray area between roles and responsibilities and a Scrum role and responsibilities. In general, like I am a business and process analyst in my current company, that is my company roles and responsibilities. In Scrum, we have these fictitious roles and responsibilities like product owner or a developer or a Scrum master or a functional steward, technical stewards, etc. etc. Then we shouldn't mix up everything, and then accordingly we should align or be agile in taking the works and executing it. Okay, in part 3, without further ado, let's begin. And in part 3, we discussed about Scrum, we discussed about sprints. Sprint means sprinting. Now we will go from a month to a day, that is daily Scrums. What happens in a daily Scrum? This is a kind of peculiar video I got, a peculiar image that I got from this website. So all credits goes to this. And also when I am the information that I collected for all these for making these videos are here, like the sources from where I collected all the information, and all the credits goes to this. So then please don't make a copyright claim on me, because these notes are mine, and then accordingly I have to pad everything based on information collected here. And then if you want to if someone wants to read the Scrum, then you can just Google Scrum Guide US book, and then you will get a small PDF, and then accordingly it's not a big book, but then it's a small few page PDFs, and then you can read it. The things that I'm stating here also could be found here, and then accordingly you are also growing and progressing towards getting the knowledge. So knowledge is the power, and remember this, money will follow you if you have the knowledge. So don't run after money. Okay, then in the daily Scrum, what happens and what is the limitations of the daily Scrum? First of all, we are working towards a goal. Scrum framework is only aimed towards increasing the value, and value means you're delivering a goal that has value to the company. Daily Scrums are facilitated by Scrum Master, and then in a Scrum, when you implement a Scrum, it's a maximum group of 10 people, and then there is one product owner, there is one Scrum Master, and there are maximum 8 developers. It can be a small team also, but then the daily Scrums or the daily stand-ups are for the project only. It's not a mix of thousands of projects, it's for the project only. And then there is a Scrum Master who is facilitating it, and then the developers are discussing among themselves what we did today, or what we are going to do today, and what we did earlier. Just a 15-minute stand-up discussing everything, and then everyone is on their way to execute the works. Daily Scrum only inspects progress towards the sprint goal. So sprint is for a month, Scrum is towards a big project which is maybe 5-6 months or 2 months, 3 months. Then you are breaking the Scrum goal, the project goal into chunks, and chunks are executed in sprints. Sprint, when you are sprinting, you have daily scrums or daily stand-ups where you say what you did yesterday. Funny thing is that the most ideal thing about the daily scrum is that it should occur at the same time and the place to avoid complexity. Because if you are meeting at the same place, then it becomes a habit. You grow with it. Well, daily scrum is not a technical meeting like a problem in SQL codes, a problem in writing Java codes, or in service. It's not a technical meeting. Remember this, or not a problem solving meeting. It's just a 15-minute max stand up where you are saying what you did yesterday. If you have problems, then take it out of the daily scrum, discuss with your team only, not with the business, with the team only, and people who have brain to understand. Discuss with them and then get your solution, work towards it. Daily scrum progress measured by, we will see about this burn down, burn up, cumulative techniques, how we can measure the sprint in a quantitative way. We will see that. So for now, just know that there is a burn down technique, and that is how we measure the progress towards the sprint. Yeah, we will come to this. We'll come to this all techniques later. There is work breakdown structure, and then people know what to do exactly during the sprint, and they are sprinting towards it. In Scrum, entire following team is accountable to usable increments or goal, like product owner, Scrum Master, developers. Yeah, these three set of people are only responsible if something goes wrong during a goal delivery. If the product that we are delivering or a service that we are delivering has defects, then the product owner is highly responsible, but also the team working with it is responsible for it. We cannot make excuses that later we are going to correct it or we are growing with experience. That is rubbish. During the sprint, you are taking quality decisions. Do not compromise on quality or implement or doing something later as a sprint that is an excuse. Then yeah, that is not gonna work in Scrum. Well, a Scrum team is self-manageable because a business cannot come and influence the Scrum team that you don't work here, you work there. No. Product owner's responsibility is to see that the Scrum team is working, or the team is working towards that one goal that is already set. No compromises there. Also in Scrum guidelines, it is said that during sprinting or during a middle of the project, you cannot outsource a part of the increment to external specialized person. All works are needed to be done by the team. This is a very important thing, and many of the organizations fail to understand this, and that's why there is a friction and people get unsatisfied. Yeah, so many kind of things happen which already the experienced guys know it. If new people are watching my video, then you will see all these things. You will scream. So then don't scream, implement Scrum. No scream. That is what I wanted to share. Then pillars of the Scrum we already discussed before, and then it's just a kind of a recap. Well, there should be transparency of increments with product backlogs. Transparency means you are registering your activity somewhere. The product that is delivered is used by everyone, and then there is a kind of like you are in the daily meetings, you're updating the work. So there is kind of transparency, no hidden works, everything transparent, and people shouldn't criticize, they should support always. A Scrum Master coordinates with the product owner and developers for synchronization of increments. Scrum Master is like a coordinator, and he is like a breeze between the developers as well as the product owner. Self-managing Scrum team do not choose the Scrum artifacts needed for the project. Well, the Scrum artifacts is only prepared by the product owner, and then product owner can be anyone from the company, and then he starts the project with the set of works needed to be done. It's not that only business will be the product owner. Any person can be a product owner then, and people are sprinting towards it. But then in the guideline, they say that a product owner is someone from the business as well as a highly valued person, but we'll see about that. But then it changes also. It also says that there can be flexibility there. Okay, then coming about the person himself, then who is a product owner? A product owner is a single person from business with knowledge and sets up the product goal. So a guy from the company who has the knowledge, who has the brain capacity, they can see clearly what needs to be done, nothing rubbish or no here and there and cancelling the projects or anything. It's just we are sprinting towards the goal. Monitors the Scrum backlog, creates product backlog priority. These are the set of roles and responsibilities of a product owner during a sprint. These roles and responsibilities are different from the company's roles and responsibilities. Like I am a business process analyst, and then I will have set of works for that, as well as when I am sprinting, I will have my set of backlogs that needs to be done. It's not that I am sprinting for 100%. It creates the whole list of work breakdown structure, creates a purpose for the team, contributes to the business mission and vision. No one except the product owner can request the Scrum team to work on backlog. The team shouldn't be influenced with the requests of the business. They have the power to either reject that other requests, because if they're fully occupied, then they can reject other requests. But the power is vested with the team only. The owner has absolute, the product owner and the product owner himself, herself, itself has the absolute power to cancel the sprint. Remember this. Okay, then who is a Scrum Master? The person who is coordinating, who is a bridge between the developers and the product owner. And then he is also resolving any kind of disputes or can advise. He has experience. Non-experienced people shouldn't be a Scrum Master. So a product owner should select the team very carefully. Then the developers. Who is called a developer? Developer are the people who are really working with their own hands. They are not doing project management there. They are really working for an app, for a report, for data engineering, for services, etc., etc. They are really working. It is being advised that the group of developers are the people who are generalist as well as specialist. It's a mix, and then the team grows with empiricism or with experience accordingly. Developer has a lot of power in them. They can either reject some of the requests or can accept, depends on the discussions between the team. No one except the team should influence. Well, Scrum Master, we already discussed about this, and the person is serving the organization as a bridge between. We already discussed about that. They can coach. They have the knowledge about the tools. The Scrum Master has, let's say, one person in the team has knowledge about how things should be done, is experienced, and then main task is to promote the Scrum process. No joying around or no fun facts or no fun things to be done. We are working towards the same or one goal during the sprint or during the Scrum implementation for a product goal. And no confusion. Keep aside all the egos. Be very professional when working or implementing Scrum. Okay, what is a product backlog? Product backlog, we already know that it's a list of works to be done, but then little bit discussion about that. Like it's a single list of one product and its improvement. It's a list. The list can be maintained in Teams or any planner or any notes, even in paper also you can maintain the list. But the paper is holy. Keep it somewhere, and it is iterative in increments, in adding or deleting some of the tasks. Some other things. There is no, like, it's a list and there is no order to it, but then product owner, the team itself decides where to work, how to work, and what is the order of it. Scrum doesn't say anything about ordering of the backlog items or ordering of the work that needs to be done. And it is just open, and then team are collectively deciding. It's not one person taking a decision, it's not business taking the decision, it's the team taking a decision. So remember it, no Machiavellism, no like monotony rule and we are trying to enforce. People have autonomy, they know what to do, and then with lot of happiness and joy, people are executing the projects. Okay, then product goal and definition of ready. Well, it is the future state of the product. Product goal is defined as the future state of the product, and state means some tangible items, no PPTs. Product backlog must commit to the goal, not maybe nor might be, must commit to the goal. However, all product backlog items need to be done for the goal. That is not mandatory. It means you prepared a list of works needs to be done. It is not mandatory that all the works are needed to be done to achieve the goal. Maybe some of the works are not needed after 4 months or 3 months, then it can be removed. There is no definition of, means definition of ready and definition of definition of done. There are two different things. Definition of ready is like a tentative thing. Definition of done is like, yeah, this is a tangible product that needs to be delivered. Well, sprint planning is time boxed to a maximum of 8 hours for 1 month sprint. So as you see here, Scrum guidelines clearly define which meeting, how much time, what is the what are the team members, how many team members should be there, and who is doing what. Clear. Definition of done has 3 attributes, like team understand what needs to be done, no joying around, no playing around, team understand what needs to, is very clear. And a leader, that is the definition, that is the purpose of the leader also, to not to be in a dark, because if the leader is dark, then the team will not know what to do. So then very clear what needs to be done, properly discussed and decided. Then from the list, some of the works are done in each sprint, very clear and clear definition of what a customer needs. It's not that yeah, we are saying in the later second phase of the project we'll be doing it. No, clear on what needs to be done. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share. So this video was very informative from a like to save oneself from politics and etc etc. So this is a kind of like a mirror of what needs to be done. I personally believe, even I try to implement Scrum in my projects and then I work accordingly. But then yeah, sometimes it is not possible because of different agendas of different people. But then Scrum is a kind of a clear framework of who is doing what and what needs to be done, and this guideline is actually adopted by many teams throughout the Netherlands as well as in the whole world. So then this gives us a kind of, there is no confusion, there is no overlap, who is doing what, it is clear, and then this gives a good feeling about what I am doing each day and what I am paid for. Okay, so we have come to an end of part 3. Part 4 will start. So please like and subscribe, and please remember and try to implement in your project. The project can be working in Excel, providing a service, launching an app, coding, data engineering, Power BI reporting, Tableau reporting, etc etc etc. You can implement Scrum in any way. Okay, have a nice day guys. We'll see each other in the next video. Till then, goodbye.